for joining us and sharing your insight from Thailand as an anchor of Thai PBS. Thank you very much. Now we move on to Russia-Ukraine. Russia has strongly condemned European actions against Iran on Friday. The Russian foreign minister rejects Britain, Germany, and France's decision to launch the snapback mechanism, which could reimpose UN sanctions on Iran over its nuclear program. The three European countries accuse Iran of violating the 2015 deal, which aimed to prevent nuclear weapons development in exchange for lifted international sanctions. Russia calls on the international community to reject these actions, blaming the United States and Europe for the collapse of the agreement. This year, Russia signs a strategic cooperation deal with Iran and condemns the bombing of Iranian nuclear sites by Israel and the US. Iran denies seeking nuclear weapons. Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Maria Zakharova says reimposing sanctions seriously destabilizes the region and undermines negotiated solutions, warning of grave consequences if escalation continues. Let's listen into what the Russian Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Maria Zakharova has said.
На самом деле, рассматриваться в этом качестве оно не может. Решительно осуждаем эти действия западноевропейских стран и призываем международное сообщество их отвергнуть. Никаких обязательств для других государств подобные подтасовки повлечь не могут. Упомянутое обращение высокопоставленных представителей британских, германских и французских властей панамскому председательству Совета Безопасности ООН является частью давно проводимой ими кампании по введению в заблуждение других государств с целью узаконить свои притязания на использование механизма, обозначенного как Snapback, для сведения политических.
Now for this discussion, we're joined by Major General retired G.G. Dwivedi. He's a global strategic defense expert, joins us live from New Delhi. Thank you, Major General, for staying with us. Now, looking at this news, with Russia warning of grave consequences and citing regional destabilization, how credible are these threats given the current geopolitical balance, and might this rhetoric translate into any concrete or diplomatic action from Moscow in support of Iran?
Well, we need to understand, Suma, that Germany, France, and Britain, they have recommended imposition of harsher sanctions on Iran because, as per them, Iran has violated the 2015 agreement and they are continuing with the nuclear program. Whereas Iran has denied, their foreign minister said that this is not correct or it is illegal. Now, how Russia comes into this, as far as the new global order that is emerging, Russia, Iran are close allies because this new axis is led by China and with Russia, Iran, and Turkey, North Korea, they are part of it. So it's quite evident and quite natural that Russia would come into support of their ally Iran. And Iran has hugely supported the Russia in the Ukraine war. So these threats or these rhetorics, well, they have to be taken as part of the diplomatic move or diplomatic overtures, but I don't think that Russia can play much greater role. And secondly, the sanctions that have been recommended are not coming into effect immediately. It is going to take effect after about a month. So therefore, I think the negotiation between the European countries and Iran will go on. And I don't think this sanction will take into effect anytime soon. But one thing is very important, that as far as Europeans are concerned and the other nations, they are very skeptical about Iranians, program of nuclear program and the and that's why there was a conflict or skirmish between the two in the month of June. So we can infer is that Russia will diplomatically support Iran, but I don't think these rhetorics or these statements are going to actually impact in a major way. But nonetheless, the talks between Europeans and Iranians would continue and they would avoid further imposing of sanctions. Asuma.
Thank you very much, Major General G.G. Dwivedi, for joining us and sharing that insight. This is all we have time for. We will continue to bring you more news updates from around the world.